G'day guys, Pill16 here. Today I've got another video for you. This one's on the Vanguard ELC EVEN 90. This tank's been out for a little while. I've only got this for a limited time on borrow from Wargaming consoles, so we'll have a quick look at this thing today through the video. What it's good at, what it's not good at, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, how it plays, etc, etc. So the first thing I want to point out, this tank is a Tier 5 hull. It drives just like the ELC Tier 5 French light tank. So keep that in mind when you play this tank. It is reasonably good for its tier, but its concealment factor is quite good, so make sure you pack a cam net and use that as much as possible. Yeah, have a look at the gameplay and we'll go through the stats and go from there. Alright guys. So first off, I want to point out the Vanguard is a tier 8, it has a 10% XP boost and also a 50% silver XP boost. The engine, we've got horsepower 160, power ratio of 23.88, top speed forward is 70, top speed reverse 20 and a fire chance of 20%. Make sure you pack those premium fire extinguishers to drop that percentage down. Moving on to the gun, 30-second reload time, aim time's 2.9, feels like about 4. The shots per clip is 3 with an intricate reload of 2.5 seconds. Pay attention to this because it'll get you out of trouble if you know what your gun's doing and how to use it. Tracks, we won't spend very long here. Terrain resistance 0.7, 0.8 and 1.4. Rotation speed 45 degrees per second, pretty common along the ELC line. View range is definitely where this tank excels. With the 380 base, add optics and binos can pull that out to almost 500, so definitely a strong point of this tank. Signal range is 745 meters, which is well and truly enough for that tank. Ammunition, standard rounds near penetration 145, shell damage 237. Premiums can roll up to 269 penetration and damage stays the same. High explosive rounds 203 to 338 damage if you penetrate. Your penetration chance 34 to 56 millimeters. I keep only a couple of these bad boys for resetting caps. Be mindful of the ammo racks though. Quite a big ammo rack for such a small tank, as well as the turret. So generally speaking, if you get shot in the side on the left side, you're most likely going to hit either ammo rack damage or get popped. So be mindful of that when you drive this tank. Alrighty, that's it. Let's take this bad boy out and see what it can do. Alright, I want to point out how quickly this little tank gets up to 68. That 160 horsepower actually really coming into effect with this such light frame. So it gets up to speed rather quickly. The ground resistance is once again quite reasonable, and it can get into positions very, very quickly, making a very good little spot of this thing. So I've got into position here, and I want to just point out, once I position myself, how good the view range is on this little tank. So if you watch the map, once my binos go up, look at that view range, just bang, just spots these guys up instantaneously, and these guys can't see me for a long time now. Pay attention to the left here. This is how good this tank's cam rating is. This is a snakebite, so that's not a tank that has a bad view range by any measure. Watch how close this guy gets to me before I get spotted. There we go. What's that? 50 meters? Maybe a little bit more than 50 meters, but he was right there before he saw me, and that's a very, very good light tank. Alright, so I've reloaded here. I'm going to come up and spot up this IS-6 here. I'm going to keep him lit up for as long as I can. I'm just going to pop over the ridge here. I'm going to try and immobilize him to give our artillery and other people better chances at giving him some damage. So I'm going to mobilize, and I'm going to try and keep him as immobilized as I can for as long as I can, because I'm not really going to do much damage to him on this angle. So another round in him about now. There it is. And mark him up again. See if we can't get some damage on him. So I'm able to sit here and just keep him immobilized. I'm what am I, a grid square away, 2 grid squares away. He can't see me from here. So once again, there's that ability for this thing to just have that really good camouflage, and I'm just going to absorb all of that track assist. So there's a little bit more coming just there. So what's that? Pops me up to 1200 track assists on that one. So once again, really good immobilization and very, very capable in this situation. So one thing I do want to point out with this tank, it is not a brawler. Do not take this tank into a battle with a heavy or a medium, you're going to get spanked. The best way to play this thing is to flank around and try and find some people that you can pick off rather easily. So I'm going to come around the back here. I've got a little Vanguard there that's going to be open for some damage. As well on the left here, I think we'll see an artillery about now. There he is. I'm going to leave him alone. I'm going to focus on this Vanguard because we've got more potential to hit this guy. Bang, there we go, 216. I'm going to miss this sitter because, you know, I used auto aim, which I should have done. And then I hit him again for a bulk low roll of 193. And I'm going to get out of this. So for flanking, this thing's quite effective. As long as you know what you're coming up against, don't flank into unknown territory. The last thing you want to do is get yourself into a brawl with a heavy tank. That will get you ruined. So I've been avoiding this Vanguard for a little bit whilst I reload. I'm keeping it out of the battle, which is important with this low armor. So now I'm reloaded, I'm going to go take on this Vanguard. Now more to my previous point about the ammo rack. Example A, I'm going to take an aim on him. I hit somewhere in the middle, whack, there's an ammo rack, and then boom, see you later. That thing is very, very susceptible to an ammo rack. So be mindful with this tank, don't try and brawl in it. You can get ammo racked quite easily because it has no armor and there's a lot of ammo rack for such a little tank. Very next game, Erlenberg Blizzard, tier 10. I'm rolling around and I come up against a turtle. So I'm looking at this guy, I'm thinking, alright cool, I can battle this guy, I can do heaps of damage to him. But I get into a brawl, bang, 215, next shot, boom, hit him for 228, and then finally, bang, 269, that's total 712, and then Wampa, he hits me for a 549. So I'm still ahead in that encounter, however he was quite capable of taking me out with one shot there, so it was a risky exchange, but definitely worthwhile. A few moments later, Mr. Turtle thinks that he can come and finish me off. Bad decision. My tank is very, very capable at shooting on the move. Can be a bit risky, once again. Worthwhile, had 3 rounds to go, got rid of him. So after a little bit of driving around, I come across this little fellow. So this is a perfect opportunity to test out how close I can get to this tank and shoot him. So I'm going to approach his rear very, very soon. And you're going to get to see how close, be that it is it may, Blizzard, you're going to see how close I can actually get onto this tank and fire on him without him spotting me. So I think we're about just over a grid away and he's unable to see me. So it's not until my 3rd round goes out that he then happens to spot me. And spotted. So he spotted me up and I'm out here before I can do anything with that big slow thing. Alright guys, that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed my presentation of the Vanguard ELC 90. If you did like it, make sure you give me a like. Leave me a comment if you didn't like it, or a thumbs down alternatively. Let me know what you guys think, and hopefully you can make the right decision. Alright guys, take it easy, have fun, and see you next time. Bye bye!